Hey, YouTube, Crash is back. Believe it or not, yeah, it's been a little bit of a delayed video release, I guess. But without making a bunch of excuses, everything kind of went wacky. Nothing's wrong or anything, but as of right now, I am still in my very same sockets. Uh, Fortunately, but unfortunately, I recently went back to the appointment that I told y'all about. I got these pin lock setups. It's supposed to be pretty sweet. Really looking forward to that ease of release and everything. But yeah, I won't go too much into the detail. But these fit worse than any set of legs I've had in all 3 years of this accident. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the people at the place where I was going was just too busy. I don't know what it was. But I don't know. I don't know if it was a good thing or not, but no disrespect for them or anything. I decided to find another office and try them out. It's no disrespect against them. They were all amazing. They were all super nice. They were all super polite. I mean, just real good people. But I don't know. I just kind of felt like maybe it was the right or wrong decision. I don't know. But I needed to just go somewhere else. Get, I don't know, a second opinion, a second shot. I've been going to the same place for 3 years. And again, I just wanted to branch out and just see if it was just me or just whatever. I'm not sure. I hate to sound so greedy and selfish, but I don't know. I hopped on the bike after I got these, and that was the first time since I think I first started riding as a little kid that I was honestly and truly very nervous on the way home. I mean, it was awful. I had to go straight back to the house and take them right off. But if y'all haven't seen a couple shorts, I know I haven't put too many on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. If you check out what's connected to these, never in my life, well, especially this setup, but did I ever think since the accident, would I ever even think about anything like this? These things are absolutely insane. If you can see the Levitate logo. Oh, I don't know if that'll pick up on camera. Oh yeah, Levitate Blade 2, MK2. These things are insane. I just put them on the pin locks so that way they wouldn't be kicking around and I could put my other shoes back on. But these things are incredible, incredible. They are so springy and they give back so much, and especially with the cool tread on the bottom. And little things, nuts, 2 Allen screws, pulls out the tread, you can replace it. It's got on-road, off-road tread, everything like that. I can't believe it. I know I've said I'm very blessed and lucky. Here, stay. Before, but I applied for for a grant, and I'll get more into detail in another video about that. I promise later. But it was just one of those things. I didn't think it could hurt anybody or anything for trying. So I filled it out, got on there, talked to Levitate on Instagram in person. Everybody over there is incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. Even Tony, the UPS driver over there. I believe the company's based in Denmark. Don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so far no running yet. I messed up my leg, my human leg, when I tried to use my regular shoes out in the yard. I was hot rodding around doing something, and right where that rod is right here in this thigh, boy, it felt like somebody ripped it out and then just kind of placed it back in. So I was down for a good 3 or 4 days. I still got to get at least a picture and maybe a video showing them that I can kind of use them, you know. And they are incredible. I went shopping with them. I went out to go grab some food with them out to a restaurant. I mean, they're pretty tricky. The only thing is you can't stand in one spot. It's like you're standing on your tippy toes. So I feel like I guess, just stepping on grapes, trying to make wine. The whole time you just got to kind of keep your feet moving. But I mean, they're unbelievable. You can't even feel them really, too. I don't even know how much they really weigh, but they weigh less than my carbon fiber foot, and these are fiberglass. That's the incredible thing. But like I said, I'll get more into detail in another video about that. But these things come complete with everything you need, shipped right to your front door. And believe it or not, I'm pretty sure you can get away with 2 of them for under $3,000. It's still not pocket change. I get that, and I understand. I was very, very lucky that I got the grant from the Abbott Foundation. But if anybody can save up, make payments, I believe they do have some kind of payment program too. So I don't know. Any of y'all out there that want to try this or give this a shot, if there's anybody out there that might benefit from this, if you don't mind or whatever, show them this video, tell them about it. Like I said, Levitate, they're everywhere. YouTube, Google, I mean, every social media platform. Amazing people. And like they said, you don't have to be an Olympian to want to run. So why should you be in all those crazy special sports with all that training when you just want to run in the yard with the kids? You're out down, say, hey, fishing in Florida, and you're with your boy, and then all of a sudden you see a gator come up. It might be good to get away fast. Yeah, just saying. But anybody got any questions about that or any details or anything, no problem. Drop it in the comments. Ask anything. I'll give you all the information I got. Hopefully I'll be able to make a video of that soon. I haven't worn them in a week. I was just trying to take it easy so I could at least walk before I run. But yeah, I don't know, like I said, about the pin lock setup. These are those huge, huge liners. I'm used to that before though. But I was really looking forward to that quick access, that quick release pin. If y'all know about these, I'm sure the ones that do know all about it, but it's just a metal pin. Nothing crazy. It doesn't go into your leg or anything. It just screws into this really hard plastic material right there. And it's exactly like I said, it's just a quick release. These pins have little ribs, little tapered ribs on them. So once they go down in and you just keep stepping, and once it stops clicking, you're good. That's all you need, and your legs set in and nice and taut, and everything you need. But again, I don't know what happened. I don't want to say what went wrong, but I'll just put it this way. I had a 3-ply, a 2-ply, and I believe another 3 or 5-ply on my left leg with sneakers, just to show y'all too, by the way, as much as I'm not fond of this. Yep, no more boot for right now. I even put these things on just to give those sockets the full benefit of the doubt, just to make sure it wasn't just me. Maybe it was going from the vacuum suspension back to the pin lock. And when I had pin lock, that was when I first just had to, my left leg, had that amputated. So I wasn't even really walking at all, whether it was more or less putting it on and standing up and trying to figure that out. So I gave it everything I could. I tried. I put the boots on those legs. I put the running blades on those legs. I put the sneakers on those legs. And that whole socket would move almost a good 2 inches back and forth. And I understand without this wetsuit and everything, that's definitely going to have a lot more movement. That's one of the pros too, especially. And I noticed that even with those, sitting down and standing up, wow, the amount of range of motion, and you don't feel like you have this big rubber band holding it back. Maybe it's because my knees are so smashed up and everything was just all put together with bolts and literal bone cement. Or maybe I'm just a baby. I don't know. But I tried. So we're going to try this other place out and see how it goes. And I will get back on making these videos on a normal basis. I just kind of went and, had some stuff go on. But we'll leave that alone. We'll see. I've had the measurements done. I had the cast made for the test socket. So I'm going to wait for them to call me. And we'll go from there and try this again. We'll do the test sockets and then we'll go through all this again. But this time I'm just going right back with the vacuum suspension. I'm not totally against it. I'm not totally for it. I like it. It's nice. It definitely makes it feel like more of your leg instead of just something flopping on the end of it. But we'll see. It'll probably be a month or two or a couple months. So I'm not throwing out any more dates and times and no, I'm going to do this time and what, because for some reason it never works out. Every time you open your mouth and say, what could happen any worse? Worst thing to say. It's not one more time, it's let's do it again. But on that note too, like I showed y'all, these wonderful sneakers. Had to give these a shot. Put these on and see, I can put these little foam inserts they gave me at my old office, and that allows me, it's just easier, so I don't have to adjust all the screws and everything over and over and over again. Working on cars, I know that grub screws, especially these little Allen grub screws, they're not going to last for long. They're definitely going to scratch or strip out or anything like that. Well, I said scratch, but if I can make it last longer I will. And oh, there it is. Oh, the other cool thing is you get this in the kit from Levitate. Bad little 3-way Allen. It's a 7 mil. Even got the little pop that thing out. Maybe I can even take a hose clamp and just right there. Might be nice because last week I was going out to get some parts for the Mustang, or tried to, and on my way to Advanced it felt like my foot again was more fake than usual, and I looked down and I'm not kidding. Y'all can see again, I feel like I'm doing some kind of show. about this one, the right inside, and then the back one were almost walled right out. And I do use Loctite on these too, but it was so floppy I couldn't even shift. I was afraid I was going to grab another gear, and there my foot went boop. And if it wasn't damn near a $700-800 foot, it might not be that big of a deal if it was just rubber. But thankfully, the guy at Advance was super nice, and I told him, this is probably the first time you've ever been asked this question, but can I borrow a 7mm Allen so I can put my foot back on? And that guy didn't laugh for about 2 seconds, ran back and grabbed me one. Nicest guy ever. But I went back to the sneakers because I don't know what it is right now too, but those cowboy boots, they are just beating the hell out of my knees and my hips. I hate to admit it, and it hurts my pride more than anything, like a lot of things I've mentioned to y'all before. But I don't know, even the campout was last weekend, and I did everything I could to show up Saturday. My son was on vacation, my one that's already born. So I had to hang out with him for the week or whatever, and I'm not going to put anything in front of him. He comes first. But I waited till Saturday, and then I slept in like a good old slacker I am. I think I made it over there around 10 or 11 o'clock, I want to say, on Saturday, and it was really cool. And I got to see David and Cindy at Forgotten Angels. I love seeing those every time. There's no handshakes, just a big hug, and David just, wow, I'm glad we're friends. I'll just put it that way. But I got to see a lot of people. All y'all, any of y'all that happen to see this, I mean, Colleen, Jack, all y'all out there, Shelby, everybody, man, Whiskey, Shade Tree, all y'all, man, it was cool, really cool to see y'all again. And there was a really fun remembrance ride. I'm using the wrong word, I know, but we all put on orange shirts with the number 8, and it was in memory of a few people. I'll try to get that in the details too, because I really, no disrespect, I don't want to mispronounce or say anybody's name wrong or anything like that. But it was really cool that David did that. I got a bunch of us at Forgotten Angels, especially people who knew these people. And we went on a good ride. It was a good long ride. I want to say there was 50 or more people on there. And just so great. Beautiful weather, great people. David leading the pack, coming out. It was a lot of fun. And there's some good people too that gave me a little extra time to get on the bike and get ready to go again. But other than that, I mean, it was a pretty good time. I had a beer with Whiskey and a few of them, just one. I don't drink and ride. Had some really good food, thanks to Dwight. Man, I'll tell you, if y'all have never been to a camp out, come, because you're going to want to. And I know it's not free or easy or anything like that, but if there's any way, and a certain gentleman that I happened to meet Saturday, you know who you are. It was cool. Honestly cool. I know I'm not famous, but to meet someone and then to say, hey, Crash, that's crazy. It took me by surprise. So you know who you are, buddy. You were really cool. And throw that ping pong ball pretty well, too. But that was cool to meet that certain individual. And please feel free to drop in the comments, because I can't wait to see you again, buddy. Hopefully we'll set you up a better ride this time around. But we'll see. But that was a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool things. They were doing, I thought they were doing the slowest ride, riding the motorcycle the slowest, whoever could win. But they were doing that, plus pushing kegs with the front wheel, having a drag race, pushing the kegs across the property on the finish line, and so many cool things. I think David even hopped on an old Goldwing, and a bunch of people grabbed the tug-of-war rope, and it was like 6 to 10 people, and they were tugging him on the Goldwing. So much fun. I really wish I could have stayed. It was kind of a bummer, but I'll be honest, you know, halfway home with the cold and whatever it was, this hand isn't even the hand that's messed up the most, but about 20 minutes away from home, it was locking up and hurting so bad I could barely even hold in the clutch. I swear I was trying to use my forearm to pull that lever, and I almost wanted to just jockey shift. But without the crying and boohooing, I made it home. It was cool to see a lot of the people there. Like I said, a lot of, I'm not going to show names or throw that out there, but pretty much everybody I met up with last time, and a lot of other good people, a lot of new people too. That was amazing. That's one of the best parts about going there, besides seeing everybody you already know. It's almost guaranteed you're going to meet someone even cooler the next time. Or just whatever. Just another good person new. I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. Jeez, let's just stick to the other videos and do the same thing. So we went over the boots, the running blades, these wonderful sneakers. These things are about torn up anyways. They need to be, I don't know, probably tossed. But as soon as I can figure out how to put the bottom of these sneakers on the bottom of my cowboy boots, then I'll be back rocking those again. But that's going to be, I could take a rain check on that. I, I don't want to bring you all through the house to show you, but the bike's been running good too. I got the 2-into-1 kind of painted up. I still got a lot of stuff where I got to go. I'm just so behind. I went out the other day to try to polish up the shadow. I went out there with the plastic bristle brush and all this spray and shine, getting all in the heat fins, going in between the jugs, trying to do everything I could as far as I could. And that lasted all day. It took me all day to wash my bike and shine her up. And then I came inside and I probably didn't go outside for 2 days. I was laid up solid just from bending and twisting and getting all in there. I turned, I did forget to mention this, but it's just a birthday, right? I turned 35, February 27th, last month. You could have told me I turned 80 and I would have believed you. I don't know what it is, and no offense to the older ladies and gentlemen out there that are watching or hear this, but wow. I went from 34 years old to 80 years old. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure Rice Krispie Treats is going to be signing me up for a sponsor pretty soon because snack, crackle, and pop is my lifestyle now. Hopefully we'll hope on that if they're watching. Other than that, yeah, the bike. I don't know how it happened, but how a lot of y'all that have motorcycles know where the harness goes into the headlight and then it comes back out, so you got to run into the speedometer, directional box, and all that. Somehow I relocated my speedometer because it was blinding the shit out of me right on the handlebars. So I moved it down like the Harleys, right down by the jug. And somehow that wire come down, and when you turn the wheel, that 333 on the left side was pinching that harness in between that and the frame, and it severed 3 or 4 wires, I think. And I noticed that today. I went out and had breakfast. I rode around for a little bit, and then after the crazy drivers, since we got everybody down here now, Ohio, New York, everybody, and Canada, like always, I just figured I would come back and went to go nail her full throttle. I mean, do the speed limit to get up to speed. She was breaking up real bad, misfiring, and just, first it was full throttle, almost full throttle. And then after that, some chick cut me off on her cell phone, texting while she's pulling out. So I went around her real quick, and then just bad, like water in the fuel or something. And I got back to the house just to check it out, and I noticed that just like the night for the camp out, on the way back, my speedometer light wasn't working. It just, OCD happened to notice it. Went down and reached down and wiggled the wire, and the oil light flickered, and the dash lights, speedometer light kept flickering too. So, oh, there's got to be a loose wire in there. I wonder, because I thought my coolant fan wasn't kicking on as much as usual, like before. So I ended up ordering a little, the little sensor that screws into where the thermostat goes. So that'll be for the fan sensor and the temp switch. Just in case, I think it was like $5 or $8 on eBay. Don't hate me for shopping on eBay. I love that place for a lot of things. Not everything, but they definitely have some good deals on most things. I'll get that figured out today. That was just, it snipped 3 or 4 wires, I think. And it just has something in there. I forget which one it was. I think it was the green and brown, or I don't know, the Honda and the colors. But one of them goes to something with the engine control, with the ignition. So it was cutting out real bad, and just, I don't think I messed anything up. So hopefully I can get that stripped down. We'll resolder those today and tuck those away from the 333. Might be a wise thing. You think I could have seen that flapping going down the highway? But other than that, I haven't gotten anywhere with the Mustang, and I haven't really got too far with my LS650. I went through and I found some more parts. I got most of my gaskets and stuff organized, and I ended up putting a bobber seat that I got off the internet. I took it off Thumper because the LS650. I'm too cramped. When I sit up on that thing, I'm like a cop on a unicycle or a tricycle. It's embarrassing. So I got to put the stock seat back on that one. That'll sit me back and lower, so I'll be a little more comfortable. Because that one has kind of mid controls anyways, instead of front, forward. So I put that on the Shadow, but just like a smart guy, I put rubber bushings in there instead of the springs, because the springs were sitting it up too high. So I put the rubber bushings on there, just hard mount. Flip it right up, get right to the airbox, everything. The hat fits right in there too. Sweet. Cover the airbox when it's raining, and I'll hold it on there. Other than just severely needing some kind of gel cushion. I was almost wondering and taking one of these, my old one that I can't use, nobody else can use, so I'm not wasting it, and just cut a nice slit off and put that on the seat, or golly, tuck it right behind that middle belt loop. Whoa, any of my subscribers, anybody viewing that's kind of scrawny and lanky like me, you know, you can't sit on nothing. I can't even sit down with my wallet in my pocket. God forbid my leg starts going numb. That easy. The top leg, obviously, no feeling. That's about it. Besides painting the exhaust, getting her going. I threw a new petcock in there because the other one was just, well, there wasn't anything left. Any of y'all that pulled them out, you got that long tube pre-filter that goes over inside the tank for the petcock. Again, I think it was $20, and it was an OEM Honda part. Came in brand new with the O-ring and the filter, and just so much better. Runs great. I mean, there was nothing left. It was just the petcock sitting in there. So I'm glad, severely glad, I ran that other filter underneath before the fuel pump, or else I probably wouldn't be riding right now. I still gotta do those, the cam seals, those little O-rings in there, since I told y'all, apparently these shadows are made out of O-rings. I got them, but I gotta take the tank off, take all the head cover off, take all that stuff off, and I just want to enjoy riding for a little bit while we're getting this warm weather again. I don't know, I might do it in a couple months or so, but hopefully there's another ride coming up this Sunday with a couple people. Y'all know who you are. I'm really hoping on that, because there's a cool dude, works at Signal 7 Hot Rods shop close by, and is a really cool dude that I met at the campout the first time I went. I was so lucky to run by this guy. I just happened to walk in front of his van. A real sweet van too. Krager's side pipes, things all laced out with carpet. And I mean, I'm not a Chevy guy, but it's sweet. Hopefully we'll be able to meet up with him and run by his shop or something, but I don't know. I'm just gonna grab the handlebars and just ride. I ain't leading the pack, so I ain't gonna worry. Yeah, it's obviously still waiting for the baby. Yep, I think that's it. I just want to make sure so I'm not wasting y'all's time. Well, you ain't got to watch any of this anyways, but waste y'all time with some kind of weird shorts. Other than that, yeah, like I said, I didn't really get to do much at the camp out. It's kind of a bummer. Got to see a lot of people, and it was on me. I couldn't stay, and I'm not going to leave her here pregnant, even though she doesn't require me to survive or anything. It's just, I guess, nice to have somebody around to help out a little bit. So there was that and a few other things. Kids are doing good. My son that's here now. Yeah, I think that was the other thing too. That they give these kids vacation. Maybe it's just Florida. Any of y'all around the States, if it's different where you are, but I swear every other weekend I'm getting a call from the school saying, oh no, they're gonna have a week off. No, they're gonna have 2 weeks off, and then they're gonna have another 3 days off. And it must be nice to be a teacher. Yeah. All right. Well, before this gets too awkward and cringy, man, I miss hearing from y'all. Hopefully nobody's upset with me or anything for not posting or uploading. It's my fault. I've gotten a little bit of a slump. Plus, I haven't had much to talk about. I've been kind of a homebody for a little while now, just because of all this setup. But hopefully, again, those are cross fingers, by the way. Hopefully, again, we'll see with this new place. We'll see how it goes. I'm just going, like I said, back with the vacuum suspension, just with something that, fits a little bit better. This one's okay, kind of. This one's kind of getting big and getting there. But this is the thing that some might disagree with me on. I've weighed between 163 and 165 just about my whole life, ever since I've been, a teenager and up, 18 and up or whatever. So for them to sit there and ask me if I lost a lot of weight with this left one on the pin lock was just crazy to me. I was like, no, and this leg is still fitting the same. I run either, for anybody that cares. Typically, I guess I'll just check just to make sure, but yeah, typically, not to be too much, I wear a 3-ply, and that's just a hole, because that's kind of made for the old pin locks. But I'll wear a 3-ply, and then I'll wear a half on the bottom, so it's not so thick up top. Since I've had these, that's what I've been luckily, knock on wood, I've been lucky to run. I haven't had to mess with anything else. Usually I get away with that, and then the best thing about that too is during the day, again for y'all that already have this set up or know anything about this, when you start getting that pressure and it feels like somebody's just got the chokehold in the bottom of your leg, it is one of the biggest reliefs, at least in my world, to have that and to be able to just pop 1 or 2 socks off, and as soon as you take them off, it's instant relief. One of the best feelings in the world, besides hanging out with the kids or riding a motorcycle, of course. But yeah, I don't know, it was just kind of weird. I'm still up in sorts about it. It's still really confusing. I don't understand it, like y'all that have been watching this know. And sorry, my voice is horrible today. I've been going to these people for 3 years, almost 3 years, and I'm not saying they hate me, and I don't think I did anything stupid, but maybe, I don't know, maybe this is mainly an elderly place, which it didn't seem like that. I saw walks of life come in there, the coolest, most different, nicest people, but I'm not sure. That's why I went this way. I don't know if any of y'all have ever been through this before, maybe you've been through kind of like that, and then you just decided to go somewhere else and it worked out. If you don't mind, let me know. If not, it's alright. Like I said, in a little while, I'll figure it out, hopefully. But other than having to get the Mustang going still, I got to rebuild the carburetor too. The little crossover tube that goes from the front to the rear bowl. I have the double pumper. So that little tube's got O-rings in it, like bushing style. And I turned the key on as soon as the fuel pump hit, and the PSI went up on the fuel gauge. It was spraying right out of the back one. So she's been sitting for a while, but I got the tube and all that. I found the gaskets for the bowls, float bowls. So I got those ordered in. Thank God, those are like $5. And I just got to get out there and do it. So once I get that done, then hopefully I can replace the fuel lines under the hood, just in case. Yeah, fresh fuel on open header is never a good idea, especially when you got them wrapped like I do. That's just a sponge. I mean, y'all probably know, but oil, gas, whatever, it'll just sit there and burn forever, ever and ever. And I'm not burning down my Mustang. So hopefully we'll get that done, get some tires. Talking to a buddy, maybe. I never thought it'd happen, but maybe I can actually get her painted in the future too. I'm hoping on just like a nice, beautiful satin black. I think that'd be good. I'd love to have her the original blue. I don't know the exact code on it. I have to check. But that, I don't know what it is. But a Fox body satin black or flat black, something like that. Something about that with the curves and the wheel wells and how everything looks. Wow. I know she's an 89, not a 69, but I love that car. Oh, I love that car. I don't know. Hopefully, I'll just get it running first. I don't care if she's 3 different colors right now, but that would be a future plan. You better believe I'll show that. But we'll see how everything goes. I'm going to try these blades out again, hopefully this weekend, on these vacuum suspension, my original ones. And we'll see how that goes. And either way, if I get them on and they get out the door, I'm turning this thing on, and I'm going to do some kind of, I don't know, record myself falling or whatever. Thank goodness I haven't fallen yet. I can't talk today, apparently. But I've been up and down the road, and I've done like a sweet little speed shuffle. I've gotten that. I think it's just growing the brass and, getting into the run, just taking that first woof. But I'm afraid it's going to be, and I've been there plenty of times. But not going to know until you try. So we'll see about that. I don't know if y'all couldn't tell. This is the coolest, one of the coolest things in the world. Getting approved for that grant, and they showed right up in my front door. Literally opened 2 cardboard boxes, grabbed this little T-handle, and bolted them right to my leg. It comes with all the spacers, all the adapters, everything you need to put them on yourself and get out the door. It's really that easy, honestly. Really that easy. And no, they're not sponsoring me. No, let me put that down. I don't get paid for this or anything like that. I did get the grant, but that is through a different foundation. I filled out the paperwork and just sat here praying. Really, really incredible people, the fact that they're doing this and how they're doing it. All around the United States, too. They're traveling. They've been to, like, Texas. They said they were coming to Florida. They went, I don't know if it was Chicago or New York. Maybe it was New York because no, I'm all over the place. But they helped a lot of people in the Boston Marathon, too, when that unfortunate situation happened. They helped a lot of people that were affected in that with these running blades and a lot of other ways. They're just, again, if you couldn't tell, I love cool people, man. Good people that are just, they have a heart. They're just not out there to hurt anybody else for no reason. You're a good person. You work hard. You stick to your word. I like to have you around me if I can, if you put up with me. But alrighty, y'all, speaking of putting up with me, I'm going to let this go. I ain't got nothing else to talk about, really, that anybody's going to care about. But, again, no more vacations, no more MIA crash. Hopefully, I noticed I dropped a few, but most of y'all are still there. So, I'm going to let this go tonight. Today is, Wednesday, I believe. I'll have to check. It's Tuesday or Wednesday, because my brain is here right now. But I'll just pop it out right now. Get it up there as soon as I can. Take a little while to do whatever. But if y'all don't mind, like I said, I love the comments. I love talking to y'all. I love getting to know y'all more and more and more. I do have that Instagram and the Facebook and all that. So it's just a little weird, I guess, firing back and forth in the comments a lot. I don't mind, and I'll try to check them as much as possible and respond to every single one that I possibly can. Unless it's pretty negative, then I'm just going to ignore it. I don't really care. But if it's good-hearted or just good, cool people stopping by saying, hey, whatever, I'll get back to you no matter what. Thank y'all. Again, I got to say it all the time. I appreciate the hell out of all of y'all. Just, like I said, thumbs up, just watching, whatever. And meeting one of y'all at the campout, that by far, I mean, I already almost fall over by myself anyways, but just about fell over. So cool. And that guy, hands down, cool as hell. Got style, especially with cigars and the ping pong ball. But before I keep rambling, I guess I'll see y'all on the next one. Crash out.